Listen, as the sun surrenders the sky to twilight over the Appalachian ridges, a new world awakens. It is a world not of sight, but of sound. A chorus begins, a rhythmic pulse that fills the warm, humid air of an East Tennessee evening. Among the symphony of crickets' frogs, one voice often rises with a distinct, almost conversational tone. Katydid, Katydid, she did. This is the sound that defines summer nights for so many, a call both familiar and deeply mysterious. This nocturnal orchestra is not performing for us. Each chirp, trill, buzz is a critical piece of a complex drama of survival and procreation. The repetitive, raspy call of the katydid is primarily the song of the male, a broadcast of his presence and his desire to find a mate. It is a sound shaped by millions of years of evolution, designed to travel through the dense foliage of forest and field. For us, it serves as a beacon, a starting point for a journey into the miniature yet surprisingly vibrant world of our nocturnal neighbors. The sound is the thread we can pull to unravel the secrets of the night. Have you ever wondered about the musician? Have you ever felt the urge to put a face to the name announced in the darkness? Finding a katydid begins with an act of profound stillness. You must first become a passive receiver, allowing the soundscape to wash over you. On a warm night in midsummer, step outside and simply stand in the quietest spot you can find. Close your eyes for a moment to sharpen your sense of hearing. Isolate the katy-did call, the high-pitched trill from the lower-pitched hum of crickets. Once you have locked onto the sound, you can begin your search. The first step is not to move, but to orient yourself. The hunt begins not with your feet, but with your ears. Now, slowly, very slowly, turn your head from side to side. Our two ears work together, like a natural form of radar, to determine the direction of a sound. You will notice that the katydid's call seems louder and clearer when you are facing it directly. This simple act of triangulation is your most powerful tool. Once you have a confident sense of the direction, you can begin to move. The slightest vibration through the ground or the rustle of a branch can send a warning signal to the insect, silencing it instantly and forcing you to start over. As you move closer, the sound will become more defined, more immediate. Walk a few paces toward the source, then stop and listen again. This stop and start method is crucial. The katydid is keenly aware of its surroundings, and your constant movement will be perceived as a threat. By pausing, you give it the confidence to resume its song, confirming that you are still on the right path. If it falls silent, you must simply wait. Patience is the currency of the naturalist. Remain motionless, sometimes for a minute or more, until the insect feels secure enough to begin its serenade once more. Finally, you will find yourself standing just a few feet from the singer. The sound is now so close it seems to be coming from a specific leaf or branch right in front of you. This is the moment to bring another sense into play: sight. When your light finally lands on the source of the sound, you will be rewarded with a remarkable sight. The katydid is an insect of exquisite design, a marvel of natural camouflage. Most species you will encounter in East Tennessee are a vibrant leaf green, though some can be brown or even pink, perfectly matching their environment. Their most striking feature is often their wings, which are not just for flight, but for disguise and communication. Held tent-like over their bodies, the wings bear an uncanny resemblance to a fresh leaf, complete with intricate vein patterns that mimic the vascular structure of a plant. Upon closer inspection, you can discern the key features that define this family of insects. Look for the incredibly long, thread-like antennae, often extending far beyond the length of their body. These are not mere decorations. They are sophisticated sensory organs, constantly twitching and tasting the air for chemical signals, detecting humidity, and sensing the presence of predators or potential mates. Their heads are often triangular, with large compound eyes positioned to provide a wide field of view. Some species, aptly named coneheads, possess a distinct pointed protuberance on their head, adding to their unique and varied appearance. The katydid's body is built for a life spent climbing and leaping through vegetation. Its 6 legs are strong and agile, with the hind pair being particularly large and muscular, much like a grasshopper's, ready to launch the insect to safety at a moment's notice. The sound itself is not produced by the mouth, but by a process called stridulation. The male rubs a scraper on one forewing against a file on the other, creating the vibrations that we hear as its song. The song of the summer katydid is the culmination of a life cycle that begins in the quiet cold of the preceding winter. The journey starts with an egg meticulously laid by a female in the late summer or autumn. These eggs are incredibly resilient, designed to endure the freezing temperatures and harsh conditions of an Appalachian winter. They are often laid in neat rows on twigs, inserted into plant stems, deposited in the soil. Here they lie dormant, a tiny, sleeping promise of the music to come. This period of quiet waiting is essential, a deep pause in the rhythm of life synchronized with the seasons. As the warmth of spring returns to East Tennessee, the miraculous process of life resumes. The eggs hatch, and tiny, wingless creatures known as nymphs emerge. These young katydids resemble adults but are much smaller and lack fully developed wings. Their primary purpose during this stage is to eat and grow, voracious feeders munching on leaves, flowers, and other small insects. To accommodate rapid growth, they must shed their rigid exoskeleton multiple times, molting. With each molt, they grow larger and their wing buds become more prominent. The katydid, for all its musical prominence, plays a humble yet essential role within its ecosystem. Primarily, these insects are herbivores, acting as small, selective gardeners in the great expanse of forest and field. They consume a diet rich in plant matter, nibbling on the leaves, nibbling on the flowers, sometimes the fruits of a wide variety of plants. While they are occasionally considered a minor pest in agricultural settings or home gardens, their feeding habits rarely cause significant or lasting damage in a healthy, balanced environment. Instead, they are part of a natural system of pruning and nutrient cycling. Their impact on the plant world is subtle. By consuming foliage, they can influence growth patterns, sometimes opening the canopy just enough for sunlight to reach smaller plants below. When they die, their bodies decompose, returning valuable nutrients like nitrogen back into the soil, which in turn nourishes the very plants they once consumed. This constant give and take is a fundamental process in any thriving ecosystem. The katydid is not an intruder on the plant. It is an integral part of the plant's life story, a small but constant presence that helps shape the world around it. Perhaps the katydid's most critical role, however, is as a source of food. They are a vital link in the food web, converting the energy stored in plants into a protein-rich package that is eagerly consumed by a host of other animals. At night, bats use their sophisticated echolocation to pinpoint singing males. Birds such as cuckoos, owls, and jays will hunt for them during the day or at twilight. Spiders, praying mantises, and other predatory insects also rely on katydids as a substantial meal. They are, in essence, a foundational part of the diet for many larger animals. The abundance or scarcity of katydids can therefore serve as an indicator of environmental health. By listening to the strength and diversity of the nightly chorus, we are, in a way, taking the pulse of the local environment. To observe these delicate creatures is a privilege. With it comes a responsibility to do no harm. The prime directive is to leave the subject and its habitat undisturbed. When you go out to find katydids, witness their lives. Do not interfere. Bright white flashlights are startling. They can stop singing, make them flee, even become temporarily blinded. A much gentler alternative is a flashlight covered with a red filter or a headlamp with a red light setting. Your movements are just as important as your light. Tread lightly. Move with a slow, deliberate pace. Katydids are exquisitely sensitive to vibrations. A heavy footfall or a snapped twig is a clear signal of danger. When you locate a katydid, resist the temptation to reach out immediately. Take a moment to simply watch. Observe its behavior. Is it grooming its long antennae? Is it in the middle of a song? If you feel you must handle the insect, do so with the utmost care. Never grab it by a leg. Never grab it by a wing. A better method is to gently coax it onto your hand or onto a leaf. Allow it to walk onto the new surface at its own pace. You do not need an arsenal of expensive equipment to become an accomplished katydid observer. In fact, some of the most powerful tools for your nocturnal safari are likely already in your pocket or on a shelf at home. The most essential piece of gear is a simple flashlight, one with a red light option. a homemade red filter made from cellophane. This will allow you to see clearly without overwhelming the sensitive eyes of the creatures you seek. A headlamp is particularly useful. It leaves both of your hands free for balancing, taking notes, and operating a camera. Your smartphone is a remarkably versatile instrument. It's light for searching, it's camera for images and video. Consider an inexpensive clip-on macro lens for your phone. It reveals wing veins and the complex eyes, details that help identification and appreciation. Use voice memos to capture songs. Note date, time, location. Compare with online libraries, sound mapping documents, biodiversity. The nightly chorus of East Tennessee is not a monologue. It is a symphony performed by a diverse cast of katydid species, each with its own unique appearance and song. One of the most common voices belongs to the broad-winged katydid, Microcentrum rhombifolium. This is the classic leaf green insect that many people picture. Its song is not the familiar katydid, but rather a series of sharp, lispy ticks or zips, often delivered in rapid succession. They are large, robust insects found in the dense foliage of deciduous trees, shrubs, forests, and suburban yards. The species responsible for the famous namesake call is the true katydid, Pterophila camellifolia. These insects are true canopy dwellers, preferring to live high in the treetops of mature oak, hickory, maple forests. This makes them much more difficult to see than to hear. Their song is a loud, raspy, and often rhythmically complex phrase. Different dialects are heard in different geographic regions. Hearing their chorus raining down from the treetops on a warm August night is one of the quintessential experiences of an Appalachian summer, a sound that speaks of ancient forests and wild places. Another fascinating group you may encounter is the coneheads. The slender conehead, Neoconocephalus exaliscanoris, lives in tall grasses and weedy fields. As its name suggests, it has a sharply pointed, cone-shaped head. Its song is a continuous, high-pitched, almost deafening buzz that can go on without a break for minutes at a time. To find one, wade carefully into tall vegetation, following the piercing sound until your light reveals its slender, elongated body clinging to a blade of grass. The song of the katydid is more than just a pleasant background noise of summer. It is a vital sign, a biological indicator of the health and wholeness of our environment. Each call that fills the night air is a testament to a functioning ecosystem, one with enough healthy plant life to sustain the singers and in turn enough singers to feed the birds and bats that hunt in the darkness. When we take steps to protect these small musicians, we protect the entire intricate web of life. Their chorus is a measure of our success in stewarding the natural world. Preserving this nightly music begins in our own backyards. We can make a profound difference by choosing to cultivate native plants. The very trees, shrubs, wildflowers our local katydids evolved alongside for millennia. Reduce or eliminate broad-spectrum pesticides. These chemicals do not distinguish between pests and vital food chain members. Allow a corner of your yard to grow a little wild, tall grasses, untrimmed shrubs, for shelter and egg-laying. That lets them complete their life cycle and thrive year after year. Beyond our homes, become an advocate for darkness itself. Artificial light pollution disrupts nocturnal rhythms, interfering with communication, mating, and predator avoidance. Use shielded, downward-facing lights, motion sensors, and turn off unnecessary outdoor lighting. Preserving quiet nights is as important as preserving wild lands. Night is habitat, too. Next time you step outside on a warm evening and hear that rhythmic song, pause and listen deeply. Hear it not as noise, but as a story. Survival, seasonal cycles, interconnectedness. By learning to identify these singers, by watching them with gentle respect, and by protecting the habitats they call home, we ensure this ancient chorus will grace East Tennessee nights for generations to come.